go ahead and ask you what I asked the last guy. What's something you've said to somebody that you regret saying?
Jeez, I gotta think, man. Oh my gosh.
That's pretty much what he said too, but you can take your time.
Oh my gosh. It's like every question is just a hitter. I'm like, hey, hang on 1 second. I don't know. I'm like, I think for the most part, I'm pretty like conscious of my words, and
Yeah.
I like even when I'm upset or angry, I just try not to say anything because I know like when you're in the heat of the moment, you say things you don't mean, and then you look back on it and you regret it. I'd say like the thing that I regret saying to someone is probably like, I don't remember the exact words, but it was something like, I didn't believe in their dream or something, but it didn't come off like that. It was like, they were talking about like their career and like whatever, and I was like, don't move back for this. It's just this job. And I wasn't even thinking that it was like related to like what they want to do. It was a cafe. They want to open a cafe up.
Yeah.
And I didn't think about how like, because they were living in Spain, and I was like, dude, don't come back for a cafe job. It's just a cafe. You can get those anywhere. Yeah. I didn't think about how that would, and it hurt them too because it sounded like I didn't believe in their dream or supported them. I know I didn't think about it, so sometimes I don't think, and then that's probably, I don't know, that's the only thing.
Yeah. Did you ever do anything to correct that? Go back and say, hey, I'm sorry, it may have come off wrong or anything, something like that?
I told them I was probably projecting a little bit because I was working in a lot of cafes. I was trying to break out of it, and I was like, dude, it's just a cafe job. So I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I was projecting on you. My bad.
That's really good that you managed to say that. A lot of times people will say something like that and they never work up the nerves to address it.
Yeah. I'm trying to live like mindful of words. Words are powerful. So.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, that same friend. Well, we were like dating. It ended, and then it ended like pretty rough. And then we were kind of friends. I saw them when I was back in LA like a few months ago. Yeah. And then I don't know, she like blew up on me like out of nowhere, kind of just saying on me and her brother. Like me and her brother are like best friends. Yeah. So was saying like a lot of things like, you'll never amount to anything. Like you're such a horrible friend. Like you're just like all these things, and we're just like, what the heck? Like, where did this come from? And I was just like, dude, I don't know. It's probably something. I try not to like. I didn't loop myself into it. I was like, just say your piece, like, you know, whatever. And sometimes I know some people, like, when they're hurt or they're going through something, they can lash out on other people. Yeah. For no reason. So. Yeah,
it's good to understand that and realize that they might not mean what they're saying. They might just be reacting instinctively.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. My biggest advice for the world, my fellow Americans, is, like, think for yourself. Don't let other people tell you how to think. Don't take words as facts. Don't believe everything you see and hear. Yeah. Look at multiple resources, formulate an opinion. Know that all news media, everything's biased. Everything has an agenda. Yep. And man, think about how these things are affecting your mentality. If you watch the news and you go out to the world and you're like frightened and terrified because all you watch in the news is like violence and things, then that's how you're gonna view the world. Mm-hmm. And you're gonna be on guard. So people need to take a step back too. watching the news every day is not healthy. It's good to stay informed, but man, sometimes you gotta step back and interact with the people in your community, man.
So let's talk about your project that you're working on right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess in light of, it's like a group of photographers, and I think we're all, you know, AAPI, and I mean, basically just documenting the Asian Pacific Islander experience here in the U.S. I don't know, I feel like the topic's definitely at the forefront right now because of all the things going on right now in the world, and especially the anti-Asian sentiment right now. So it's pretty cool to like be part of that project, and I don't know, document. I feel like a lot of people, and I've been living out in California, but I've just been here, but I feel like a lot of people don't see this part of America. Think it exists, or even think that Asian people exist in this space. And so I like the farmers market. It's just like, to me, I'm like, it pops because most of the vendors here are like Asian and they're farmers. And that's like what they do.
So have you learned anything interesting?
Learned anything interesting? I feel like I've learned a lot about the Hmong people, which I feel like I was like, I don't know, where are the Hmong people from? And so I was learning about like kind of their background, their culture, and how they, I guess, originated in mainland China, then immigrated and to Laos and Southeast Asia. So kind of learned a little bit about their culture.
So what's the purpose of this project?
You know, I think it's mostly just I don't think there's any kind of like agenda.
Just kind of trying to get some experience.
Or just like show it. And I don't know, I feel like photography is just like, you get to see like through like get to see through the lens of like, and see through the mind of like who's photographing. And so I guess, you know, in a way, like it captures that experience of being Asian in America. And I feel like subconsciously I'm always projecting all my emotions and what I'm going through into my photographs. I don't even know. It happens. You know, it doesn't even, not even do it on purpose. I mean, just to show people a different side of maybe Asian American culture that they might not have seen before. And then, you know, they're gonna get sponsors to donate to organizations and stuff. But my job, I'm just submitting photos. That's all I'm doing.
What is something that you think the public may not know about Asian Americans that they should?
Man, that's a big question.
But who better to answer it than somebody's doing a project on that?
Yeah, right. Something that people may not know. Move here so their kids can have a better future, more opportunity, and more experiences. And man, we struggle, and I feel like a lot of it, we're kind of like invisible in that aspect because, I mean, we are like labeled as like, you know, like the people who become doctors, and like that's like the stereotype of us, you know. It's like, I mean, we're like more than that, and we struggle, and we face a lot of like prejudice and a lot of like minor, most of the time minor, just like things people say and like act around us, and also that like we're American too, like straight up, like, you know, I'm not, I'm American, like I can't go to China and just be Chinese. Like I've tried that. I've done that. It doesn't work out because to them I'm American, you know. and it's hard because we always face that identity struggle because it's like I'm
Yeah.
American, but even though I don't look like, I guess
Yeah.
what do you think America looks like is like white, you know, and like not trying to hate or anything, but
Yeah.
it's just the way it is. So.
This is just my opinion, but I think people sometimes get a little too caught up in trying to fit in with the specific culture that they think they should be a part of.
Yeah.
Just be yourself.
Yeah. And that's like something that took me a long time to figure out. It was just like always trying to fit in. And I'm also like, I'm half white. My dad's white. My mom's Chinese. So
Yeah.
that is even harder. And I know that's the struggle that all mixed kids go through. Like whether you're like mixed with like
Yeah.
Chinese, black, Hispanic, whatever. It's like
Yeah.
you always go through that struggle of like, where do I belong? And it took me a while to figure
Yeah.
out. It's like, you know, I don't have to like find a place to belong. I belong.
No.
Like I'm just gonna be me and do me.
Yeah.
And, like
You're human.
yeah,
That's-
yeah. And that's like, that's like my advice I always spit to everybody. I'm like, dude, don't worry about fitting in. Don't worry about like
Yeah.
trying to be like anything. Just be yourself. Whatever that means. It could be like a totally new uncharted territory for you or for like the world, but
Yeah.
it's worth
When
finding
some
out.
people finally figure that out, they change a lot.
Yeah, you become free.
Yeah.
You like, because when you're trying to fit into something, you're putting barriers, you're putting fences around yourself,
Yeah.
and you're caging in like your full potential to be like to be your greatest self.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
never going to be comfortable if you're always pretending to be something you're not.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I grew up here for the most of my life, and then
Okay.
I moved out to Los Angeles like 3 years ago. But before that, I was living in China for a couple years.
Okay.
Moved to LA because I was like more opportunities. I feel like
Yeah.
creative stuff. So, and then I came back here just because some things like fell through and COVID happened. And,
Yeah. Do you live there now or?
I'm living with my parents right now.
Okay.
Yeah, currently, but I'm like taking my time. I'm working on getting back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna move into my van and
Awesome.
so I don't have to pay rent.
Awesome.
Do that whole thing, you know. But it's got the high top. Used to be a wheelchair thing.
Okay. Yeah.
I could stand all the way up in it.
Awesome,
and
dude.
Like my friend's 6'3". It's huge. It's too big. It's like
Yeah.
I think.
If you've got I know how those things are built, and they're kind of high off the ground. So if you've got that extension up top, I know that thing must be hella tall.
Yeah. It's really tall.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks 'cause I can't go through drive-throughs,
Yeah.
and it's like the turn radius on that thing is like so long. It sucks, dude. Cool, dude. Well, thank you for talking to me.
Thank you for stopping. I appreciate it.
Of course.
It's a great conversation.
I was like, dude, I'm down. What you want to talk about?